Doctor Who has employed some new writers for Season 2 of its upcoming show, and it's not looking very good. Now, Season 2 is almost the make or break for Doctor Who. It's the season which is either going to get the show hired for another... Well, basically, it's going to get a Season 3 commissioned, or it's going to get Season 3 cancelled. So this is a very, very important part of Doctor Who history, and ultimately decides the fate of the future of the show. So you would think that Russell T Davies would bring back some really, really good writers for this series. No, he'd hire some people who probably don't have the best experience in writing in general, or for Doctor Who writing in that matter of fact. But anyway, we're going to get into this video in a second, but just before we do, hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notifications. We're trying to get to 100k subscribers on this YouTube channel, and I would massively appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share the video around. It'd mean a lot to me, and I always appreciate all of your support on this channel. So without further ado, let's get straight into this sort of video. Also, we do drop brand new Doctor Who content every single week, so that is just another reason why you should hit that subscribe button. Let's get into this right now. So, I did a full deep dive video onto the first writer, which is on this list, and I decided to deep dive into the other three. Like, deep dive into, like, the actual past of these three other writers and their actual portfolio of writing work. And we're going to decide why Russell T Davies decided to hire these people. So, just a little recap on our first writer, Juno Dawson, who has written an astounding level of Doctor Who podcasts and an unastounding level of basically one TV episode in her entire career. Oh, we're not off to a good start, are we? So yeah, looking at this, Juno Dawson seems to be specialised in writing podcasts and books. Particularly controversial books as well, because I've talked about that in a previous video, and if you want to go ahead and see more on that sort of side of things, it's not something I want to bring into this video, but yeah, go ahead and check out my full video on Juno Dawson and why it was deemed controversial. But into this, as you can see, Juno really doesn't have that much television series writing experience. She's written one episode of Sparks, a TV series which I've never heard of before, and it was one episode in 2020, so yeah. So, probably some of the best stuff that this person has done is a couple of podcasts, some 2 Torchwood episode podcasts. There's literally only 2 episodes from this is done. Apparently a podcast series, might be a book, I don't really know. IMDb says it's a podcast series, so we're just going to have to go off that. And then Doctor Who Redacted, which was a full... get this is going to be mind-blowing. Full 8 episodes. Wow, that it beats 1 episode, so I'll give them that. But again, this was a podcast series, so it doesn't really this really doesn't make me sort of think, oh, this person has such a huge history in television series writing and is really, really qualified for writing a big budget television series. yeah, this is literally the biggest budget episode of the season, and they decided to give it to the person who specialises in writing Doctor Who podcasts. You may as well have given the writing role to a YouTuber at this point. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. So, as we have talked about this this individual, I'm going to go on to the writers, because the more you look into these writers, the more interesting it gets, honestly. And I genuinely laughed at some of the portfolios on these people, because it's hilarious, and it just makes you think, what was Russell T Davies thinking when he actually decided to hire these people? So let's have a look at this. No. So this one is a... Oh, let me try and pronounce this one. Inua Elams. This writer is a Nigerian poet and playwright. Whatever that's supposed to mean. But yeah, basically a poet. This person is known for poetry. Don't see how poetry helps you write a science fiction television show, though, but I digress. Let's go and have a look a little bit deeper into this. So, it turns out that this person actually has more than one episode of television series writing experience, which, in this lineup of writers, seems like a damn miracle, I'm not gonna lie. So we've got such hit shows such as We Are Lady Parts. Yeah, I've never heard of any of these in my life. I'm not even gonna lie. And again, we're getting much of these written one episode in 2021, written something in 2020, written something in 2018. It doesn't even display how many episodes on the IMDb, which I don't even know. Did these count? Do these count? I don't even know. Oh yeah, these are counted as video and not TV series. So is this different? I don't really know. National Theatre Live Barbershop Chronicles. Are these theatre pieces? Again, what? But another TV series, because this is genuinely what. So they've got The Break, which got a 6.8 stars out of 10 on IMDb, which is actually better than some of the people later on in this list, surprisingly. So let's have a look more into this, because this is the only pieces I could find, or the main pieces that I could find anyway. So I had a look, and apparently this person has commissions, because they clearly don't make enough money off Nigerian poetry or the 2 TV episodes, so they obviously need a little bit of extra commission. So let's have a look at what these commissions are. A poem for the... So this person does poems for freelance poetry, and this is who we're writing to. This is who we're hiring to write episodes of Doctor Who. A poet. Interesting. Let's see how this goes. Do you need a poem for your wedding or your birthday, or I genuinely don't know how to. An inaugural event /film /documentary /TV /online /radio /public art piece /album or book. There's quite a lot of commas there. Very interesting. Let's get back into this. Commissions can range from £50 to £10,000. Jesus Christ, that's a fair amount of money. I wouldn't even pay 50 quid for a poem. No matter 10 grand. What kind of rich people are you screwing over to sell them a £10,000 poem? Jesus Christ. Okay, right. From a high I'm not even going to attempt to. From a haiku to a sonnet, a ballad to an epic, and this guy is just trying to put the most random words into the sentence as possible. I mean, to be completely honest, if he was writing a poem that, if his poems are written like that this sentence is, I wouldn't be spending the 50 quid. Honestly, you can keep your poem. I'll keep me 50 quid. I'm not gonna lie, even if it is for the wedding or birthday occasion. I'll keep the 50 quid. To be fair, past clients include Good Magazine. Cool. Olivia Brown, Mr. and Mrs. Yeah, this person, Chris Olive Oil, I guess we could call him Chris Olive Oil. Louis Vuitton, maybe that's who they were ripping off with the £10,000 poems. Only a brand such that's bringing in as much money as that will probably pay you that amount of money for a poem. I'm not gonna lie. BBC4 Radio, don't know what they need poems for. Tate Modern, okay, cool. That's probably the most. That and Louis Vuitton, probably again, who your £10,000 clients are. BBC Politics show, that doesn't really give me that much faith in the non-political side of Doctor Who Season 2. South Bank Central, the Africa Report, Houses of Parliament. These seem like a very random thing right here. Yeah. So, very interesting. So, this guy writes poems, and for some reason, I don't know if Russell T Davies just liked poems or something. Maybe he was just in a mood for a poem or something like that and decided to hire this guy. I don't really know what the... Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's get on to the next person. Sharma Walfall. Finally, a name I can pronounce. I could actually pronounce the Juno Dawson one, so that's actually quite good. But yeah. Anyway, Sharma Walfall. This person is known for Dreamland in 2023, Poor Wee Me, and Hollyoaks. Finally, a show that I recognise. Amazing. So let's have a little look into more of this right here. So, the person's done a whopping 2 episodes of Dreamland, 1 episode of Sparks, 1 episode of Hollyoaks, and it was rated to 4.6 stars. You're not really begging the case for yourself here, are you? Waterfall Girl seems to have a little bit of experience, which I guess is cool. Let's have a look at this next person. Pete McTeague, who seems to have the biggest portfolio of the lot of them, is a writer, producer and director. Good to know. And he actually wrote 2 episodes of Doctor Who. So we're actually looking at something quite promising here. Although it does let down when you find out which episodes these actually are. Because it's from season 11, Kablam. Not the most renowned episode of Doctor Who. And Praxius. Yeah. Again, not the most renowned episode. let's have a little look into these episodes. Kablam got 6.3 out of 10 stars on IMDb with 7,300 reviews. Oh, I wouldn't call that a good rating, to be completely honest. Let's have a little look again at the other one. Praxius got 5.2 stars. We're going downhill now. It got even less reviews as well. We're going downhill at this point. And also, probably the most notable thing about Pete McTeague is that he wrote some pieces for the war between the land and the sea, and we have a nice little piece right here, just showing all of this stuff right here. And little fast forward. This is going to be a story that is going to be mainly about sea devils and them people who have wrecked the earth. Doesn't seem in any way politically shaped at all. So this could be a really good series, or it could be an interesting series. We're just going to have to wait to find out. And yeah, I just hope that this goes well. Out of all these writers, I think Pete McTeague has the most... It's the person I have the most faith in. But yeah, that pretty much concludes the end of this video. So if you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and yeah, comment down below what you think of these new writers, and thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.